Well, a lot of you have been watching me pick locks, and you've had a lot of questions about all of the picks that I've been using. And you know, in the shop I have a wide variety of things to choose from. I mean, hundreds of different customized little tension wrenches. I make them with music wire, I make them with windshield wiper inserts. I pretty much make a custom one on the fly whenever I have a weird lock. And then all the picks, I have commercial ones from several different companies. I've got a lot of homemade stuff that I use, and then of course these are all the quick picks. I showed you how to make these, but these are not the picks that people generally ask me about. When I get the questions, it's usually about what's your everyday carry. And this is not it, guys. This is just a pile of stuff that I have available in the shop to pick and choose from. But before I talk about my everyday carry, it might change. In fact, I just bought this special secure hardened container to store some picks that I just received from Kerpiche. Just came in the mail, and I think because of the quality, I think these are deserving of a special hardened container that can probably withstand a nuclear war. But anyway, these came in and I am flabbergasted. First of all, this is the first set of truly custom picks that I have ever had, and these, when I took them out of the package today, just blew me away. Just the quality and the finish on these is just stunning. There's not a rough edge anywhere on these. I'm almost afraid to use them for fear of maybe putting a scratch in them. I got a couple of hooks just slightly different from each other. I have a beautiful Bogota, just very well executed. I hope you can see this. It really is like a mirror. I can't imagine the number of hours Kerpiche spent finishing every edge of this thing. It's just, again, I'm afraid to use it. I'm afraid I might put some kind of damage on it. And then a snake. So while these are not my everyday carry, I may just have to start carrying them. They are truly works of art. And Kerpiche, I can't thank you enough. I'm just blown away. And until I can build up enough guts to put them into my everyday carry pouch, I'm going to leave them in this hardened container. By the way, he also gave me this tension wrench made from a piece of music wire, different end, beautiful, ground down, polished, just the same as the pigs. Kerpiche, you're an artist. You're not a lock picker. Well, you are a lock picker, but you're also a lock picking artist. So thank you very much. And I'm going to keep these locked up, and I'm probably going to put a Trioving on this side and maybe one of my nastiest Rucos on this side, so my wife can't take my picks. All right, let's get down to your real question. What are you asking about? Well, fellas, this is what I carry in my pocket every single day. I can't afford to carry this huge pile of tools you see here, but this one does go in my pocket every single day. As you can see, it's very, very thin, so doesn't really bulge my back pocket at all. It's Velcro. This is a Sparrow's pouch. I think they call it the Tuxedo. Now, the first thing you might notice is I have a lot of tension tools, because I found that that's the hardest part usually of picking an unusual lock. So I have these three Petersons. Let me get these separated here. These are basically three Petersons, but because here in the United States we pick our locks upside down, I put a little banana bend in them so that my finger doesn't have to stick straight up in the air as I pick a padlock. Instead, with the bend in there, it's a little more traditional for me to tension a lock like this. So in the US, yeah, we're a little retarded. We pick our locks upside down, but this does make it a little bit easier for us. If I decide not to do it correctly, and I just do decide to pick it right side up, I can still do it. I have the other tension wrench. I can tension it from the bottom, and it's another set of the Petersons, of the Peterson Light and the Peterson Regular that are not banana bent. I got some regular tension tools here. I got the thick, the medium, and the narrow. I rarely use the narrow, but I do use the medium a lot. And what I've done on all of my medium tension wrenches, I hope you can see this, is I put a slight taper on it. So now I find this is really my go-to wrench for most of the locks I pick. This will slide right into the keyway and it'll work for me. On some cases I need a little extra attention, if I get it to focus. So I do have this serrated tension wrench. I think this is a Peterson. I only carry the medium one. The fat one is it's too fat to fit in any keyways. And then I got a music wire, and this one is cut to fit into the top of American keyway. This is the only one I use on the American keyway because I've fit it perfectly. Okay, insofar as picks, so I can get these out of here. I carry a 10/1000 knife that I made myself out of a piece of feeler gauge, and then I dipped it in plastic so it has a look, so it doesn't cut my fingers basically. I have a standard hook, and then I also have the thin version of exactly the same thing. Both of these are, get it to focus, both of these are Petersons. This one is thinned down just a little bit to get into those very thin European keyways. I do travel to Europe and to Africa a lot. Sometimes I need to get just a little bit extra depth out of some of those. I carry two Peterson Gems, same deal here. One is the normal thickness, and then the other is the 15/1000. So 25/1000 on the bottom, 15/1000 on the top. And I really like the shape of these tips. It just really comes in useful. You'll notice, however, the 15/1000s do bend, and you got to kind of bend them back. The way I do it, I just get a normal lock. I stick it in there, and then just put a little tension vertically, and you can usually bend it back into shape. And then lastly, my first go-to, this is a Sparrow's Bogota, very heavy duty. It's one of the best quality ones I think I found commercially. You do have to finish them when they come in. They're kind of rough looking, but insofar as durability, these are some of the best that I've found for the price. They come with this coating already on them. You don't have to do anything to them other than polish up the tip and start picking locks. So fellas, there you go. My everyday carry toolkit. That's what I carry. I'd like to see what you guys carry. Anyway, everybody stay safe and stay legal.